Hey doing guys, welcome back. It's LSP. It's currently the 14th of July 2022. The windows are open. Animals are crawling in and out of my house. So I'm sure we are going to hear what is probably going to sound like a scene from Ace Ventura. But anyway, with that said, let's talk markets. We're obviously getting a little bit of a run, more so on Binance than we are, on Bitcoin. That key level I was discussing yesterday has been hit. We're going to go through that today as well. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you smash that like button. And let's talk markets. So let's do this. Now, this bodes very well, right? Not for a bullish reversal, not because Bitcoin's found a bottom, but because it stabilizes the markets. Is something that I've been saying, in the last sort of 2-3 videos, that we welcome this stability in the market because it gives people breathing time. Yeah, we know obviously that the US interest rate is going to be coming at the end of the month. That's fine. But the precursor to that and what price does tells us so much. So we're going to be tracking price very, very closely going into that rate announcement. Now, on Bitcoin, this is actually very good. Yeah, what's happening at the moment is very, very good in this, in two senses. Number one, like I said, it stabilizes the market a little bit. But two, more importantly, there is more of a chance now that price is going to be driving towards, the number 4 liquidity. Number 1 was taken out. The response from there is absolutely beautiful. It's gone down there, joined CPI release, reversed. Obviously, if we drop down to the lower timeframes, as I did yesterday, and I was showing you that hourly reversal. And then I made a reference to, well, I actually didn't. I was just about to say I made a reference to it, but it wasn't. It was in a video that I did that I never posted. But this level just here, so you see the reversal, and then this level just here, price comes all the way down, absorbs it all, and then we get a really nice response away from that, and we can see that we're continuing to the upside. I don't really trust the hourly chart in terms of that kind of overall or undercurrent of price or undercurrent of momentum, but the 4 hour, does a good job of that. And you can see a pop, pullback, pop. This down move, there's not really much here that's going to stop price moving up if it really wants to go. So I think above 21, and kind of stabilize should give us more of an indication as to whether or not we are going to get that kind of reach into 22, 23, and then ultimately into, the sort of 23,000 to 23,500 to kind of clear all this out. I'm going to say now that I'm not fully convinced, obviously, that this is going to happen, but it does bode well what we're seeing so far. Now, if we go over to Binance, and I'll just show you something here on Binance, and I need to drop down to the hourly for this. I made a reference to this level, and look at the increase of speed as price goes through that level, right? This is, if you guys remember when I was doing the Evergrow coin, I believe it was it was so long. I did such a long study as it was going down into that 36 level. And I made a reference to so many key levels, right, and said price should, in most cases, run very quickly into these levels. This is a key giveaway that price is reaching for liquidity very quickly. This is not something that you can make up. It's not something that you can say, well, it's not really there. It's just, because, you can't say, for example, that candle right there was, because of some specific news that came out, because you have to be able to take every single candle that looks pretty decent and that has a pretty decent movement to it and pair that with some sort of news. It just simply doesn't work. I've tried, trust me. So price reaches very quickly when it is a liquidity pool that it needs. Yeah, that's such an important thing that I've just said. So as price started to move and it did this kind of reversal on BNB, and we get that really nice aggressive move, it's reaching very, very quickly into a liquidity pool, right? It needs liquidity. When it finds it, it slows down, as you can see, but then you get that final run. Cleans out this level, starts to rebalance a little bit, and more importantly, it's actually holding up here, which is brilliant, because the more it holds up here, the less likely it is, to get that very aggressive drop, okay, into 230. Now, if price does come down into 230 for a full rebalance and then starts to grind higher again, that's absolutely golden. Probably see 260 to 280 somewhere in that sweet spot. But at the moment, what we're seeing on price bodes very, very well. Again, both in terms of stability for the market and that final push into 250, which is looking like we're going to get that now at this moment. So going forward, you know, in terms of what do we do with this information, again, we relax, we take our time, we, you know, keep an eye on things. Ultimately, as I said, you know, to somebody in my Discord, if you're not already in my Discord, by the way, the link's in the description below. But I was just saying to somebody, you know, in my Discord, think of Bitcoin, and I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's in the Patreon, right? But think of Bitcoin, okay, in a predominant down move. Okay, there's nothing we can do about it. We can't change it. You know, let's just go on the premise, right, that Bitcoin is 100% going to go lower. That's as simple as it gets. So anything in between that is nothing more than price rebalancing, picking up sell side liquidity, offloading buy side liquidity, pairing orders, fulfilling orders, doing whatever it needs to do. But ultimately, the undercurrent, which is so strong, is ultimately going to continue to push price lower. So anything that moves up has to be taken with a pinch of salt. And you know, the best way to look at it is, if you are in a bear market, look at the rallies to confirm, okay, key entry points, you know, in terms of, say, for example, a short. You know, I'm certainly not suggesting anybody be shorting, you know, sort of Bitcoin, but I'm just saying, try to think of it that way. Stick with that higher time frame undercurrent, which is absolutely 100% bearish, until we get back above 48,000. And I know I've had this argument, trust me, I've been back and forth with so many people in my Discord, so many people on the phone, so many people in Telegram. But the reality is, until we get back above this high convincingly, we are absolutely 100% in a downtrend. Now, I've said that I'm going to wait for price to get to 48, okay, or wait for price to get to this level down here, which was the 20,000 level. It was going to be one of these two levels that was going to get hit first. This one got hit first. So what we do is we start to reassess and we start to look for the bottom to be formed. Now, this isn't a bottom, obviously. If price gets that last final push to the downside and then reverses, again, does that mean we immediately start to engage because we feel there's a bottom been put in? Some people will, people have their own methodologies, their ideas. Me personally, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to wait for price to do what I want it to do. And then when I'm absolutely confident 100% that I can pull the trigger wherever that will be, whether it's 16,000, whether it's 24,000, whether it's 20,000, anywhere somewhere around here, it doesn't matter. I just want to see that confirmation, so when I get in, I don't have to sit there stressing, oh, is it going to go back down again? Do I have to add to my position again? I don't want to add to my position. I just want to time the market, get it right first time, and then just leave it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm waiting for, and I'm obviously using Bitcoin as the timing tool to do that on the portfolios, or the, sort of assets that I'm holding. So when Bitcoin does what I want it to do, then I can start considering adding to my positions or opening new positions in the market. But until then, I'm, being patient, keeping my powder dry. And with all of that said, I'll leave the video there. Obviously got a very busy day tomorrow with the launch of Rematic Finance. So I probably won't be doing a video tomorrow. If I find a few minutes, I'll throw something out there. And if something happens in the marketplace and I have time, obviously I'll throw that out there as well. But until then, I hope everyone's having an absolutely fantastic day or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to speaking to you then. All the best. Take care. Ciao for now.